It's recording now. Hey, there's been a lot of work industries recently. I should get back to lessons in critical thinking or lessons in democracy, but you know how I've been talking about how an increasingly high number, a percentage of parents failing their kids and blaming their kids for it. Also, there are employers or management or supervisors who blame their staff for the failures of, let's say, their workplace, or not meeting their mission statements, or their organization, or they might even blame the government for not funding more their organization. But the thing is it's because the quality of their organization is going down, and they don't measure this, and they don't care about this. They are, ego-centered, so they want the path of least resistance when they go to work. And they also have, egos where, if you give them the position of manager, they'll work 70, 80 hours a week at being incompetent just to keep that title. So it accelerates the decline, and they're really more to blame, the management, right? I mean, you can blame the owners too for choosing their management. But the thing is we're now a species that doesn't know what is a good boss and a bad boss, is, how to assess for the quality of the mission statement being met by organizations. And also the funders of these don't have the skill sets to say, hey, we've been kind of getting complaints, or we're measuring things, and it seems like, there's a decline in the quality of your culture. They don't have those conversations either. They just want to, the governments that fund, they want to go and try somebody else. Then that will suddenly be surprised, and then they'll have to grow really fast, which of course is quantity, not quality as well, and the cycle is repeated. Except the standards, the human standards that were already missing before, become even lower, and the public servants collect their paychecks, and they say, yeah, we've let go of that place that doesn't meet the requirements of, let's say, serving the needs of the vulnerable sector, and we're trying another one that sometimes has, more incompetent staff in it. So it's just the money laundering scheme that people that belong to this, the employed, let's call them, they don't care about quality, they don't care about community, they don't care about human rights. So how about today I film part 2 of how to assess for quality in the services you provide. And I'll show you what I've been using when I had my driving school, and also other services afterwards. I gave you part 1 with a probing scale survey, where you ask after 1 or 2 sessions, the first one definitely, how was the appointment today, and did I meet your needs, your goals we discussed, and then you probe, and then you write notes, and then you do better next time. That was part 1. And I'll film part 2, which is the survey of what I send to past clients, like my driving school, after they pass the road test, and for them to be anonymous with it. And this is important, and then you got to apply this. And if you don't do this, then again, I think the finger should point back at you for the failures of the organizations that you serve, and the clientele that you serve, and the the false image you sell yourself, instead of making the effort to be a real public servant, a real helper, a real professional worker that deserves their paycheck. And if you don't do this, then you're part of the norm. Life is easy for you because the norm won't challenge you on it. Or do you want to be different from the norm? Do you want to be somebody that doesn't have internal disease growing through your conscience, because you actually, even if you have to quit a job, you actually are better at that job by quitting it, because you're becoming human and you're not killing yourself inside by staying in that job?